Hi, my name is Jamie Williams, and I was born on July 18th, 1996. And before I get into the history of the month and year I was born in, I'd like to introduce my audience. So I'm going to grab the camera real quick. Okay. Here we have the glorious camera girl, my mother. And we have my cousin Zach. This is my little sister Jenna, as seen in previous videos. This is her friend Brianna. These are my pups. Yeah, they're adorable, I know. There you go. Alright, so let's get into this. A lot of good and bad things happened in July 1996, but I want to talk about the most important thing that happened in this month. I was born. Right? No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, this isn't about me. This is about the history of what happened in July of 96. So, let's get into this. So, I'm going to start with the bad things that happened in July. The first bad thing that I found researching is that, and actually really surprised me, is that Tupac, the famous rapper, actually was shot up and killed in July of 96. And it was this big dispute over West Coast and East Coast rappers. Well, Tupac did something to make the East Coast rappers really mad, so they came and one fatal night they shot him up as he was getting in his car. Classic drive-by murder. It was horrible. And a couple hours later, he was rushed to the hospital and he was pronounced dead. Now, there's a theory that he is still alive, and I kind of believe it. But that's for a different day. So, anyway. So, the second bad thing that I had on this list was that there was a flight in New York, and it was a Flight 800 was the name of the flight. And it took off, and a couple hours later it didn't get there, and they actually found out that the plane did crash somewhere and ended up killing every passenger on board. And this was really sad because, a bunch of people died. Somebody's mom, sister, grandma, grandpa, they all died. And it was just, really sad, big plane crash in July of 96. The third thing that I found about July, the bad things, I found out that the Summer Olympic Games was held in Atlanta, Georgia, and there was actually bomb threats on the Summer Olympic Games. And what happened was these weren't actually threats; they actually happened. The bombs went off during an Olympic event and ended up killing a couple people. And somebody actually did call 911 when they found out about it. But the police didn't respond fast enough, the bombs went off, and of course it caused a couple casualties, which is not good at all. And my last bad thing that I found was could be the largest court case conspiracy ever. It was the O.J. Simpson trial. Now, he was put on trial for possibly murdering his wife or ex-wife and her current lover. The story goes that she cheated on him, and he was very angry and killed them both. A lot of people still argue to this day about the court case. Was he guilty? Was he not guilty? I could get into that, but I'm not, because that'd be out of topic. So, let's go into the good things about 96, other than my birth, of course. Anyway, the first really cool thing I found, which was, huge thing to me, because that's really awesome, Nintendo actually released the Nintendo 64 in July of 96, which means a lot to me because that was one of Nintendo's highest sold game consoles. Also, it was my first game console, and I'm a huge gamer. I love gaming. Absolutely. So, that was really cool to find out. The second thing I found out is that Michael Jordan, yes, Michael Jordan, the all-star basketball player, signed a 1-year contract with the Chicago Bulls for $25 million, which at the time, seriously, was a huge chunk of change. Actually, in '96, that made him the highest paid athletes in a team sport ever in history. At the time, of course. And I got my Cavaliers shirt on right now. I'm a huge fan of the NBA. I love Michael Jordan. He's my favorite player of all time. The game wouldn't be the same if he wouldn't have played, so very inspirational. And the last thing that I found out about July '96 was the weird alien conspiracy movie, The Independence Day, came out. And this is an awesome movie. I've watched it a bunch of times. It stars Will Smith, which is one of my favorite actors, personally. And I might go watch it right after this video, because it's just that good of a movie. It was huge sellers in '96 in that month, and one of my favorites. So, just thank you guys for watching. This was all the things that I found, just some of many great things that happened in July of '96. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.